That's unacceptable.
If the senators refuse to organize the town hall, we will. And guess what? We have. The constituent organized town hall will be this Saturday, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Plain Memorial United Methodist Church in Beacon Hill. So please, please come and bring friends and family. Please notify the media if you have any media contact. We need all Washingtonians to show up, including our senators. So now let's turn it over to our speakers. First up, we've got Melissa Alexander, who will be talking about why we need to protect the Affordable Care Act. Come on up, Melissa. Hi guys, can you hear me? Yeah, for those of you who've been coming with me the past couple weeks, I'm the one with the baby strapped to my chest.
I love you.
Yes, the youngest 3-month-old protester, which makes this topic pretty near and dear to my heart as I'm looking at the world completely differently now that I have a few kids. So I'm going to be talking about the ACA. It's funny, in times like this, you want to look at some silver linings or some positives to what's going on, and I read that one of them was now a large portion of our population now know that Obamacare is the ACA, something that they didn't know. So that's a silver lining. But this topic, I know you're seeing it in town hall discussions. It's one of our biggest and greatest fights, and it's one that I think we can win. And by doing things like this today, we can win this with the help of our senators. This fight's also a little different, because as crazy as this sounds, we kind of agree with Trump on this one. He offered all the people, you're going to have great health care, you're going to have cheaper health care, you're going to have more coverage in health care. It's going to cover everybody. We agree with that. That's kind of how we got here, right? There's one problem, is that our commander-in-chief happens to be a liar. And I can say liar because that means with the intent to deceive, which we all realize that is what he does.
Yeah.
Yep.
I believe the count is now 3 fake terrorist attacks. You know, we're with you at Bowling Green, Sweden, Atlanta. We feel for you. He also makes up voter fraud scandals, and then he lies on his day-to-day environment that he played a couple rounds of golf. No, it was 18. We can't trust him. So we can't sit here and wait for that magical plan to come out. I think we all know it's not coming. So who we're really fighting today is the Republicans. So I want to talk about just how we got here, what they're offering us, and then what we're fighting for. So we got here because the law wasn't perfect. No crazy change in law is going to be perfect, but we never got a chance over the past 6 years to fix it. So we had people that were hurt by this law because it was expensive and their cover wasn't as good. We agree with that. We understand that. But the Republicans manipulated that and manipulated the people to only talk about those bad things and then make up things like death panels. They're also liars because they wanted to get in power. Well, they're here now. They got the power because those people were hurting and they promised they can make changes. Also, a huge demographic of those suffering from industries going down now suffer from opioid illnesses. They want help too. They need better health insurance. So now, after 7 years that the Republicans have had to fix the problem, they have to go back and talk to us now. They haven't been able to provide any plan. So what Paul Ryan wanted to do, he said, let me give everybody an outline so I have something to talk about. That outline came out on Thursday. You should read it. It's very rough, it's very vague, and it says some very scary things. So I would have you take a look at it if you can. So I'm going to tell you what they're offering in a nutshell. It is essentially some breaks for the rich and the healthy people, and then hurting those that are sick, that are poor, and those that happen to be women. It's going to hurt all of them. So essentially, some of the things they're offering is that they're going to do cuts by age. They're going to add health savings account programs for those that can afford to save. And then they're going to cut critical laws that help the poor people, that help women, that help young people, that those will all go away.
No birth control.
And then also hurt those on Medicaid. So here's what we're gonna fight for today, and this is what we're asking our senators to help us with. So just so you know, I looked it up today because I knew before Obamacare that the #1 reason for bankruptcy was because of healthcare, that someone got into a crisis that still exists today. So we need things to get better, not worse. And I want to say to our Republicans, Obama's gone. I know you hate him, and I know that's why you've been fighting this for so long. He's gone now. So it's time to put the people over your pride. It's time to put the people over your party. And we are those faces. We are those people. My children are those people. My grandparents are those people. We need to think about all of us. Those suffering from opioid addiction because their industry is hurting, they're those people too. And you want them to be alive to vote for you again. So here's what I'm asking. We're asking our Republicans and we're asking our senators here to put pride, to put people over party. We're asking for them to include pre-existing conditions.
Yes.
People over party. We're asking them to increase opioid support, addiction support. People over party.
People over
People over party. We're asking them to include the health benefits that were included in Obamacare. People over party. We're asking them to support people in rural areas, where women in rural areas, where only Planned Parenthood exists. People
over party.
We're asking them to include, to not get rid of the right for women to have birth control, so that they can empower their own future and make their own decisions.
People over party.
We're asking them to support the young people that want to stay on their parents' plans because they don't have the money yet. People over party. We're asking them to not hurt the old, the sick, and the poor. People over party. So, and I'm just going to close with this, that Senators Cantwell and Murray, you have won some battles. We saw that the Education Department put back the disabled, the disability information back on the website. When you fight and when you make it, we get small victories. So I'm saying, senators, do not give an inch on this. You will not be rewarded for compromising. Put the people over your party and your future. We'll still vote for you if you show us. Thank you all for your time. Listen, resist, that's right. We want our senators to hear us loud and clear on every one of these issues, including the Affordable Care Act. Next up, another important issue. We've got Nathan Russick, who'll be talking about Trump and his Russia connections and how we need to get to the bottom of Trump and his conflict of interest in Russia.
Yeah. Woo!
Hi there, my name's Nathan. And I can already tell this microphone is going to work better than last week.
Hold it closer to your mouth.
Right there? Is that good? All right, so last Monday, while we were all here, Michael Flynn resigned. Everybody was excited, but it's important to understand why he was asked to resign, okay? He was asked to resign so Mike Pence wouldn't be caught in a lie. Because Mike Pence had been on Fox News and had this to say. I talked to General Flynn yesterday, and the conversations that took place at the time were not in any way related to new U.S. sanctions against Russia. Okay? Basically, Flynn fell on his sword for Pence, so the White House can pretend it closed the door on all of this. Trump wants you to believe that Flynn was some kind of a rogue spokesman, that he acted alone and he has no relationship with Russia. You guys believe that?
No!
In the past few weeks, in a blatant display of power and defiance, Russian jets have buzzed a U.S. ship in the Black Sea. They've deployed a spy ship off of Delaware and launched a cruise missile in violation of a 1987 treaty. Okay? When pressed about what he planned to do about all this, Trump said, I'm not going to tell you anything about what I respond to do. I don't talk about military response. Because, of course, his response to this is going to be to raise sanctions off of Russia. Traitor! As of today, Donald still maintains he's never met Putin or talked to him prior to the election. But there's a video from 2014 where he says he spoke to him directly. There's a talk show clip where he talks about meeting him. And there's also phone records showing his staff has been in repeated contact with top Russian intelligence officials throughout the entire campaign. For those of you paying attention, obviously this is only about a third of the examples I could give you of conflicts between Russia and Trump, but I know we're all only being paid to protest until 12. So I'd ask you all, let's stand behind Senator Murray and Cantwell and representatives and call for an independent and full investigation of Trump's Russian ties. Nothing less than that will do, okay?
Special prosecutor.
That's right, special
Not Jeff
prosecutor.
Sessions.
Here.
Okay, let's ask for a real investigation, and then let's hold Republican senators accountable in any efforts to obstruct this from happening. Okay?
Yeah.
Every town hall for every senator in every state in this country needs to be filled with angry people demanding answers, okay?
That's right.
The White House wants us to let this go. What do you guys think? Should we let this go?
No.
All right, thanks for your time.
Thank you so much. Next up, we've got Connie Vogan, who'll be talking about Scott Pruitt, even though he got confirmed. But she'll be talking about how to hold him and the senators that confirmed him accountable.
Yeah.
Come on up, Connie.
You're absolutely gorgeous. Yes, absolutely. So much strength and beauty. Oh my goodness.
Hi, I'm Connie Vogan. Today, I am here to say that even though we lost the battle to Pruitt the polluter, to keep him out of the EPA, we and our allies have only just begun to fight.
That's right.
Amen!
Resist.
And we are a force to reckon with. Over 20,000 members of the Sierra Club, including me, told their senators, say no to Pruitt's nomination. Millions of other people opposed Pruitt's nomination. A historic number to oppose a nomination to the EPA. We are an army ready to defend the EPA's mission to protect our health and safety from environmental pollution. We want clean air and clean water for all and a livable climate. We want clean energy jobs, and we support our growing clean energy economy. We want science-based policies, not ideology-driven policies. We have other assets besides our numbers, our vision, and our commitment, though. We have the law. We have the facts. We have the science. And we have public opinion, as the Director of Earth Justice points out. Senator Cantwell and Senator Murray exposed how unfit Pruitt is to head the EPA, as did many other senators. Senator Cantwell and Senator Murray voted no on the nomination. As did many other senators, persuaded by the facts and committed to public health and safety. Everyone needs to thank Cantwell and Murray for fighting on our behalf. I have hope in my face always. But we must tell Cantwell and Murray, stay in the fight. Use the Senate's power of oversight to protect the EPA from Pruitt's toxic agenda to whatever degree possible. And we will back you up. We must tell Senator Murray, who is on the Senate Appropriations Committee, protect the EPA's budget from Pruitt's chopping block. We will back you up. We can also tell our senators, stand up for our country's commitment to the Paris Agreement on climate change. And we can tell them opportunities to protect our environmental resources will come. Opportunities to promote clean, renewable energy will come. And we want you to take these opportunities. In conclusion, I offer 3 points made by the Environmental Defense Market. 1, because millions opposed the dangerous appointment of Scott Pruitt, we are in a stronger position for the fight ahead. 2, Pruitt's every move will now be followed.
Yes!
3, we may have lost the battle, but we will win the war.
We've been out here for 5 weeks straight now. Resist Pruitt. Right now, we gotta resist Pruitt.
Resist Pruitt! Resist Pruitt! Resist Pruitt! Resist Pruitt! Resist Pruitt! Resist Pruitt!
We already
Resist
won.
Pruitt.
He's done.
Resist Pruitt.
Yeah.
Resist Pruitt!
Yep. There's no way that guy can lose.
Next
Sorry.
up, we've got
Is my
Tom
person
McClory, who'll be talking about national security and relations with Russia.
Wow. Sorry. It's so amazing. Oh my goodness, thank you.
Good morning. My name is Tom McClory. I am born the same year as Donald Trump. I am a privileged white
70
male.
years old. You're gorgeous. 70 years young you are. For reals.
I am not Donald Trump. My hair is too thin. My hands are too big. Unlike Donald Trump, who carried a letter from a paid doctor in his back pocket while he played golf and tennis during the late 60s and early 70s, I enlisted in the U.S. Navy. As a Navy officer, I was told constantly how important it was to protect secrets and national security. I am shocked and astonished that Donald Trump and his staff are using unsecured phones, particularly after attacking Hillary Clinton relentlessly for some purported security problems.
Hear
How
her.
he lets his unvetted family sit in at meetings, how he conducts national discussions with foreign leaders in a public setting,
Hypocrite!
how he leaves bags of secured materials in his Oval Office with the key in the lock while inviting people in and supporters for photo opportunities. How he has his supporters posing for photographs in violation of national security, standing next to the nuclear football. Now he says, let's be friends with Russia. What is wrong with that?
Parked over in Long Island
I
right
will
now.
tell you
What's
what
up with
is
that?
wrong with that.
Everything.
What made this nation great is not our military power, it's not our economic
It's
power.
our heart.
We were great from our inception because our Constitution ensured equality for all. Our Declaration of Independence declared that we were all equal. Our Bill of Rights enshrined freedom of press, freedom of religion.
Yeah. No 120.
Russia stands against all of that. Russia kills its dissidents and its press.
Well, we only know that one.
Russia invades its neighbors like Crimea and Ukraine to steal their oil and natural resources. Russia
That was
bombs
stupid when they did that.
Syrian civilians in order to get Syrian oil. When the United States was faced with Hitler and Tojo
Yep,
in
that
World War
guy.
II, we stood fast for freedom. The United States imposed sanctions on Japan and on Germany, cutting them off
Yep.
from natural resources,
Damn.
and eventually 400,000 Americans died to defend freedom and equality.
Absolutely. Yes. Come on,
Russia
everybody.
stands against that.
Amazing.
Our president at that time did not say, let's make a deal with Hitler and Tojo and cut the sanctions. He said, keep the sanctions in place, come what may.
Yes.
This is a nation based on strength and sacrifice. Our Constitution calls for the president to take an oath. It's not an oath to keep us safe, to make deals with the Hitlers and Putins of the world. No! The oath, and the only oath that our founders put in the Constitution, was to defend that Constitution and the rights for which it stands. It is time for us to be brave and stop being the land of the greed and the home of the cowards. Yeah, we have to take some risks.
Yeah.
We have to take a stand. That's what makes America great. Not what this so-called president claims.
Amen.
Take a stand.
Now, I'm the same height as the president also, but he is a 6'2" steaming pile of shameless hustlers. We need to resist this president and his cowardice and his trampling on our Constitution and rights. We need to resist Mike Pence and his spineless Republican cronies in Congress who are cowards and stepping on our constitutional rights and principles.
Yes, that's right.
We need to stand as Seattle indivisible against those who would trample our rights. We stand as Washington State indivisible and resist those who would trample our Constitution and our principles.
And he took up the last one.
We need to stand indivisible with freedom and justice for all.
We are indivisible.
Yes.
We are indivisible.
That's it.
We are indivisible. We are indivisible.
We are indivisible. We are indivisible. We are indivisible.
We are indivisible. We are indivisible.
And last but not least, we've got Joseph Wisniewski, who'll be talking about how we can all maintain a positive and uplifting attitude in these trying times.
Good morning. Nice to see you all here. Well, like many of you, I was got flat-footed by the recent events, and I'm still trying to work out the process, what to do and how to do it. And, you know, it is scary. It is scary. And I try to ask myself some questions. And I'm going to ask you those same questions. 1, do you in any way, shape, or form want to resemble Mr. Number 45?
No!
Do you in any way, shape, or form want to resemble President Bannon?
No!
Do you want to mirror the paranoia, the fear, and the hatred of many of the administration supporters? No! Well, I'm struggling with that. Because, you know, it's pretty easy to get scared. And that fear easily turns into hatred. And once that happens, they've won because we've become like them. Oh, there's a big chance. There's a big chance. I mean, when that starts bubbling and, you know, you see those emails coming in, you see those Facebook posts, it starts to bubble and you just start getting really, really angry. Well, anger
have to be the grown-ups. We really do. We have to be the grown-ups. And unfortunately, I have to be a grown-up. Oh. Why me? And when you see those scared, spoiled 3-year-olds stomping their feet and saying, I want this, I want that, we have to calmly say, no, you can't do that. We will block you, we will stop you, but you cannot do that. And we really need to be able to do that. When those scary emails come in, we need to take a big breath. Ready? In, out. And you say, what can I do today? When you see those Facebook posts that just drive you insane, you have to go, breathe in, breathe out. How can I fight this today? Who can I call today? What kind of action can I take today? And if we can remember that, we can calmly, relentlessly, steadfastly send these snakes back where they belong. I'm going to finish with a song.
I like that.
Russia's been on the podium today. Why not? I saw Donnie kissing Vladimir just before that missile launch last night. They did not see me there. They were in their underwear and shouted, goodbye China, rockets rose into the air. Then I saw Donnie patting Vladimir on his little tush so snowy white. That wily Russian winked, but Donnie gawked and blinked and said, please, did I do all right? Thank you.
So much. Thank you for that song. So that's actually a great segue on when we wake up every morning and we're sick and tired of seeing what's in the news and we're a little down, and we should ask ourselves, what one thing can I do today? And folks, we've got a lot of things coming up that you can get involved in, and one of those is the town hall this Saturday. So Alex, there, come on up. Alex has amazingly organized this whole thing with the help of a lot of folks of you out there, and so tell us what's going on Saturday, Alex.
Okay, first off, I just want to recognize Jonathan and Leslie. This is not a Seattle Indivisible event. This is a collaborative process. So just, they're doing an awesome job. Louder. In here I have press releases that are going to go out today. We'd like them to change.
Louder!
Point it up higher too. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah!
Woo!
I've got press releases here that are going to go out today. What we'd like to see is that we'd like to see them changed. Right now, the senators have not actually confirmed they're coming. So when we go inside to meet with their staff, what do we want to know? Are our senators going to show up?
Yeah! We want that, yes!